Welcome to the ultimate finale of our channel, where we explore the most magnificent and futuristic destruction process ever recorded on Earth. The year is 2055, and humanity has successfully engineered the ultimate stealth submarine using advanced biological composite materials for warfare. This incredible vessel possesses absolute invisibility, seamlessly blending into the dark oceanic depths without leaving a single trace or a radar signature. However, even the most magnificent machines eventually reach the end of their operational lifespan and must be safely retired from active service. Today, we will witness an unprecedented method of demolition that requires absolutely no explosive charges, heavy machinery, or traditional metal cutting tools. This revolutionary process uses advanced biotechnology to erase the giant vessel from existence within days without leaving a single trace behind. The massive stealth submarine is carefully guided into a gigantic containment pool designed specifically for this highly classified biological deconstruction procedure. Heavy steel gates close behind the submarine sealing the massive chamber to prevent any chemical leakage into the surrounding natural ocean environment. Inside the sealed tank, the water level begins to drop rapidly as powerful industrial pumps drain the chamber completely dry in minutes. Now resting on massive support blocks, the dark submarine hull looks like a dormant sea monster waiting patiently for its ultimate end. Automated drones fly around the vessel, performing a final scan to ensure the biological material is ready for the upcoming chemical reaction. Instead of sending workers with blowtorches, the control room activates a series of large valves connected directly to underground biological fluid reservoirs. A glowing green solution begins pouring from massive pipes, rapidly filling the empty containment chamber and slowly submerging the dark submarine hull. This special liquid contains trillions of genetically engineered metal-eating bacteria specifically designed to consume the unique biological composite of the vessel. Combined with highly reactive neutralizing chemicals, these hungry microscopic organisms activate immediately upon making contact with the submarine's advanced outer stealth coating. Millions of tiny bubbles suddenly appear across the entire surface of the submarine, indicating that the biological deconstruction process has successfully begun. The stealth layer, once capable of absorbing all radar waves, now slowly softens and begins to peel away like old dead skin. Underneath the microscopic lens, we can see the bacteria aggressively tearing apart the complex carbon molecular bonds of the military-grade composite. The green chemical fluid acts as a powerful catalyst, accelerating the bacteria's metabolism and allowing them to consume the tough material faster. Within just a few hours, the perfectly smooth exterior of the submarine transforms into a rough, heavily textured surface covered in foam. The tank water gradually changes from a bright glowing green to a murky dark brown as dissolved organic composite materials mix in. Large chunks of the outer hull silently detach from the main body and instantly dissolve into nothingness before even hitting the floor. This silent destruction is completely mesmerizing to watch as the giant war machine is peacefully erased without a single spark or explosion. By the end of the first day, the entire outer stealth shell has completely vanished, exposing the internal structural ribs underneath it. These internal ribs are made of a denser titanium-infused biological alloy, requiring a second phase of highly concentrated chemical breakdown agents. Automated nozzles positioned around the massive tank suddenly spray a thick blue enzyme directly onto the exposed structural skeleton of the submarine. This new blue enzyme aggressively targets the titanium-infused elements, causing the incredibly strong metal skeleton to become brittle and extremely fragile. The bacteria immediately adapt to the new chemical environment, swarming the weakened titanium frames and consuming them with terrifying and relentless speed. We can actually see the massive metal beams melting away like ice under a hot sun, turning into a thick, cloudy liquid. Colossal command tower, once the proud brain of this advanced vessel, slowly collapses inward as its supporting base completely dissolves away. It falls silently into the deep chemical bath, melting into nothing before it even reaches the massive concrete floor of the chamber. The attention shifts to the massive propulsion system at the rear, featuring giant silent propellers designed for deep ocean stealth missions. These complex propeller blades are constructed from the most durable carbon nanotubes ever created, presenting a significant challenge for the hungry bacteria. To break them down, a final red chemical agent is introduced into the tank, creating a spectacular underwater display of swirling colors. The red agent violently reacts with the carbon nanotubes, breaking their incredibly strong molecular bonds and turning them into harmless, organic dust. The giant black blades begin to fray at the edges, slowly unraveling like a piece of old cloth left in the wind. Within minutes, the proud propulsion system loses its shape, completely disintegrating into a cloud of dark particles floating aimlessly in the water. As we enter the third day of this incredible process, the once mighty submarine has been reduced to just a central core. This core contains the highly classified biological engine, the beating heart that powered the vessel through the darkest depths of the ocean. Bacteria seem to save the best for last, swarming the biological engine in a massive glowing cloud of intense microscopic activity. Engine pulsates faintly one last time before the hungry microorganisms breach its outer casing, flooding the internal chambers with destructive enzymes. Spectacular burst of blue light illuminates the dark tank as the engine's core biological energy is finally released and instantly neutralized. Now, absolutely nothing remains of the original structure, just a massive tank filled with a thick, swirling soup of completely dissolved materials. This is the true beauty of futuristic demolition, leaving zero waste behind and fully returning complex military machines back to basic elements. The amazing process is not over yet, as the chemical soup must be purified before it can be safely released outside. Powerful filtration systems activate, pumping the thick liquid through a series of advanced carbon and biological filters to extract the heavy elements. Inside these complex filters, the remaining titanium and carbon particles are carefully separated and collected for future recycling into new advanced machines. The genetically engineered bacteria, having successfully completed their singular purpose, are now gently neutralized by a final dose of ultraviolet light radiation. As the bacteria safely dissolve, the murky brown liquid inside the massive containment chamber begins to clear up at an astonishing rate. Within a few hours, the entire tank is filled with nothing but crystal clear, perfectly clean water, completely devoid of any contaminants. Automated sensors continuously test the water quality, ensuring it meets the strictest environmental standards before authorizing the final release into the ocean. The green light flashes in the control room, signaling that the magnificent stealth submarine has been completely erased without harming the planet. The heavy exterior gates slowly open, and the crystal clear water flows peacefully back into the deep blue ocean where it belongs. It is poetic that a war machine transforms into pure water through the amazing power of advanced modern biological science and engineering. Looking back at the empty containment chamber, it is hard to believe that a massive submarine was resting there just days ago. This biological dissolution method represents the absolute peak of human engineering, completely replacing the loud, dirty, and dangerous scrapyards of the past. No workers were exposed to hazardous materials, no toxic fumes were released into the atmosphere, and no heavy machinery consumed precious fuels. The future of demolition is silent, invisible, and entirely driven by the microscopic wonders of genetically modified organisms and advanced chemical reactions. We have spent 50 episodes exploring how humans tear down structures, from ancient wrecking balls to explosive charges and massive hydraulic shears. But this final spectacle proves that the ultimate form of destruction is actually dissolution, a peaceful return to the fundamental building blocks. Let us take a closer look at the forward section, where the heavily armored torpedo tubes are undergoing their own biological breakdown. These tubes were once capable of launching devastating weapons across oceans, but now they surrender peacefully to the microscopic army of bacteria. Just beneath them lies the advanced sonar dome, a highly sensitive acoustic array that could detect a whisper from miles underwater. Watch as the special acoustic composite material simply washes away, turning the once powerful sensory organ of the submarine into cloudy fluid. Deeper inside, the chemical mixture floods the former crew quarters, dissolving the biological polymer beds and storage lockers in mere minutes. The futuristic digital control panels and holographic projectors in the command center melt down like wax candles placed directly under a flame. Miles of organic fiber optic cables, which once transmitted critical data across the vessel, disintegrate rapidly into the swirling green chemical soup. The massive air purification systems, responsible for keeping the crew alive during months of deep submersion, crumble into fine dust almost instantly. Even the giant ballast tanks, designed to withstand immense deep ocean pressure, lose their structural integrity and collapse completely under their weight. The heavy ballast weights made from a unique dense biometal require a specialized secondary enzyme spray to finally break them apart. Every single component of this magnificent submarine was deliberately engineered from the very beginning with this exact self-destruction process in mind. This ensures that no advanced military technology can ever be captured, scavenged, or left to pollute the natural environment after its retirement. It is a perfect closed-loop life cycle, born from advanced biological science and returning completely to nature without leaving a single scar. Imagine a world where all human machines, from cars to skyscrapers, could be gracefully dissolved back into pure water just like this. We are witnessing the dawn of a new era in industrial design, where the end of a product is beautifully planned beforehand. As the final dark clouds of dissolved material settle, the massive automated filtration pumps kick into overdrive to clean the chemical bath. Gallon by gallon, the thick fluid is pushed through microscopic carbon meshes, trapping every single heavy molecule and leaving only pure water. The extracted elements are compressed into solid glowing blocks, ready to be safely transported to manufacturing facilities for creating the next generation. This incredible recycling efficiency means that the spirit of this submarine will literally live on in the machines of tomorrow's advanced world. The ultraviolet lights in the chamber flash intensely, providing the final sanitization step before the water is allowed to rejoin the ocean. Through a massive underwater observation window, we can see local marine life swimming happily, completely unaware of the incredible destruction happening nearby. The massive steel gates slowly open, and millions of gallons of perfectly clean water rush out into the deep blue sea outside. A small school of fish immediately swims into the newly opened chamber, exploring the empty concrete space where a warship once rested. This beautiful moment truly highlights the incredible harmony between advanced human technology and the delicate natural ecosystem that we must always protect. Over the past 50 episodes, we have witnessed buildings falling, bridges collapsing, and massive ships being torn apart by brutal heavy machinery. We have celebrated the raw mechanical power of humanity, the sheer force we use to reshape our world and build our cities. This vision of the future shows that true power actually lies in intelligence, subtlety, and deep environmental respect for our beautiful planet. The era of loud demolition will eventually fade away, replaced by silent biological processes that leave our world cleaner and much safer. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the fascinating world of demolition, from the past straight into the future. This concludes our series. Stay curious, keep exploring, and remember to build a better future. Goodbye from the Demolition Worker Channel forever.